It is shocking that you have a Union Minister of State for Home who openly threatens the farmers saying that I'll set you right in 2 days. And then you have this kind of brazen assault on the farmers that the UP police is the largest organized criminal gang in the country. I mean, this incident of Lakhimpur Kheri and the mainstream media's response to that completely underlines the problem with the media. So they have become instruments of propaganda of the ruling party, but to also defame Shah Rukh Khan because he's a Muslim who has been also occasionally speaking against this government. Aam Aadmi Party is trying to spread to other parts of the country. The problem is that they are a vacuous party. They don't have any ideology, they don't have any policies. They are foolish if they think that they can outdo the BJP in their communalism. Things are improving, at least at the top in the Supreme Court. It's good that people are coming to strengthen the Congress party. I hope that the leadership will be able to put its act together.
Hi, today we have here with us is one of the most prominent social activists in the country and senior most advocate, Mr. Prashant Bhushan with us. So let's hear from him his take on the recent political scenario of our country. So first I would like to ask about Congress. As you can see, there is like always been questions from the party about there is no leadership. It's been happening over years. But recently we can see Jignesh Mewani, Kanhaiya Kumar and today like Deepika Singh Rajawat, people like that who has a like following from the younger generation is joining Congress. But at the same time their unresolved issues are still continuous without the leadership and all. So how do you see this? Like these people coming and still the people who are dropping out of Congress is still going on. So how do you see it?
So yes, Congress today is in a very peculiar situation where on the one hand they don't seem to have their act together so far as the party organization and the party leadership is concerned. But at the same time, you see, there are a lot of people who are yearning for a robust opposition party, and the Congress is certainly the largest and the most all India opposition party, and therefore it's good that people are coming to strengthen the Congress party. I hope that the leadership will be able to put its act together and will be able to find a sort of effective narrative for the country, because the revival of the Congress is needed.
Something everyone is asking for.
Yes.
I would also like to ask about Aam Aadmi Party right now, like their position also, because whenever the in UP election and whatever is happening in Punjab, wherever the BJP and Congress is somehow losing their grounds, AAP is coming forward with their tactics. So how do you see like it's spreading its influence over different states, and also whether AAP's presence in UP or their tactics, will it be helpful to BJP and harmful to Congress in the coming UP election?
Yeah, so Aam Aadmi Party is trying to spread to other parts of the country, particularly Punjab and Gujarat, and now they are making some effort in UP also. But the problem is that they are a vacuous party. They don't have any ideology, they don't have any policies. It's essentially a one-man party with just one face of Kejriwal, etc. And it is also an opportunistically communal party. I don't see any serious likelihood of that party being able to grow across the country, and they are trying to somehow replace the Congress party as the main opposition party, but I don't think that that is possible or that they will succeed in that.
Like you mentioned, their opportunistic communal tactics. Do you think in the present scenario of our country, will that trick will work?
No, because they can't outdo the BJP in their communalism.
Yes.
They are foolish if they think that they can outdo the BJP in their communalism.
I would also like to ask, I mean, we have to talk about the Lakhimpur Kheri incident which happened. Like will it be from our part, from people's part, are we like too naive to think that something like that happened and we are shocked? Or the entire incident, what happened after that, how the police acted, whatever the follow-up happened. So how do you see that incident? Was it shocking for you, or were you being like is this the new normal thing in our country?
It is shocking that you have a Union Minister of State for Home who openly threatens the farmers, saying that I'll set you right in 2 days.
Yes.
You don't know who I am, I come from a criminal background and so on. And then you have this kind of brazen assault on the farmers by this convoy of his car, in which his son apparently was also there, and various other people. They just plow through the farmers who are peacefully protesting. And then you have the UP police not even acting against these people who are all seen on television. Unfortunately, law and order in UP has completely collapsed, and the rule of law has completely collapsed there, and the police has become just a handmaiden. It is not doing the job of maintaining law and order or enforcing the rule of law or bringing criminals to justice. It has just become an instrument of the ruling party. When in 1950s, Justice A.N. Mullah said that the UP police is the largest organized criminal gang in the country. That is more true today than it was in the 50s.
So Supreme Court intervened in the case, made some very strong points and asked like what the UP government is doing. They put forth some really hard criticism against UP government. Do you think Supreme Court's recent action is hopeful?
Yes, I think at least there are several things that have been happening since this present Chief Justice took
Justice
over.
N.v. Remana came out. He talks about the women
and seems that things are improving, at least at the top in the Supreme Court. And to some extent, hopefully, that will also have an effect and an influence down the line in the judiciary. So hopefully we should see a somewhat more independent judiciary in the time to come.
As a last question, like you have been a person who have been like following the media and commenting on how a media platform should work and what all problems are there and all. So regarding this Lakhimpur Kheri incident, when this happened, like about the Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan getting arrested in that in the drugs case. So when that issue came, this thing got covered up by that, and media was completely focusing on Aryan Khan issue. So it's not like new that mainstream media is doing it. Whenever something like that happened, we have seen how it is giving its priority to which news. So in this recent incident, how do you see it? Like how do you comment on the media's activities?
These two incidents, I mean this incident of Lakhimpur Kheri and the mainstream media's response to that, completely underlines the problem with the media. That number one, they promote a false narrative that the farmers were violent, that they had broken the windscreen of this car, etc., which turned out to be totally false. But they have, because the BJP people and this minister was promoting that narrative, therefore they were also promoting that narrative. So they have become instruments of propaganda of the ruling party. Secondly, they were trying to divert attention by focusing on this Shah Rukh Khan's son who was arrested in that
Case,
Narcotics Control Bureau raid, etc. And they're also promoting false narratives and so on, not just to divert attention, but to also defame Shah Rukh Khan because he's a Muslim who has been also occasionally speaking against this government. So this has become a standard technique for this mainstream media. Fortunately, their credibility in the public has collapsed. And today it is really the alternative media which enjoys much greater credibility, much greater visibility and much greater reach than these sort of big mainstream media of yesteryears.
Okay, Thank you so much. That's all. I would really like to have a very long interview with you someday, but you're in a very busy schedule. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
വേഗത്തിലുള്ള വാർത്തകൾ,
സമഗ്രമായ വാർത്താ വിശകലനങ്ങൾ,
ലേഖനങ്ങൾ, അഭിമുഖങ്ങൾ,
പ്രതികരണങ്ങൾ,
ആഴത്തിലുള്ള റിപ്പോർട്ടുകൾ.
ആദിവാസിയായ കൊണ്ട്
ഭയങ്കര ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്.
ഞെട്ടിക്കുന്ന യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാണ്.
ചെറുതിനകത്ത് വെള്ളം കൊണ്ടിട്ട് മോന്തയ്ക്കടി കത്തി വെച്ച് കുത്താനും
നായ്ക്കളെ പോലെയാണ് ഞങ്ങളെ സ്ഥിതി.
ഒരിറ്റു കുടിവെള്ളത്തിനായി
പുതിയ ഏടായി മാറും.
അവർ അംബേദ്കറിന്റെ പാതയിൽ.
പിന്നെ നാം പാടണം.
വീണ്ടും ഒരു ജാതി കൊലപാതകം അനുഭവിക്കുന്നവർക്ക്
നീതിയിലധിഷ്ഠിതമായ നിലപാടുകൾ,
വസ്തുതകളിലൂന്നിയ വിശദീകരണങ്ങൾ, വൈവിധ്യമാർന്ന പ്രോഗ്രാമുകൾ.
ജനാധിപത്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള മാധ്യമ ഇടപെടലുകൾക്കായി നിങ്ങളുടെ പിന്തുണ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്.
ഡൂൾ ന്യൂസ് വെബ്സൈറ്റിലുള്ള 5 വ്യത്യസ്ത സ്കീമുകൾ വഴി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഞങ്ങളെ സാമ്പത്തികമായി പിന്തുണയ്ക്കാം.
മഹാമാരിയുടെയും രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രതിസന്ധികളുടെയും കാലത്ത് നേരിനൊപ്പം നിൽക്കാൻ നിങ്ങൾ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടാകുമല്ലോ.